I think for the first time ever, I will not be welcoming everybody with a hello. I am absolutely fuming with that today. I don't know where to start. I really don't know where to start. Let's start with the performance. Absolutely, categorically and utterly dreadful. As bad, arguably, if not worse, than the FA Cup semi-final against Crystal Palace. And I can't believe I'm saying that, because in such a monumental game with such magnitude and so much on it, to put that first half performance in particular just blows my mind. And the players have got to take responsibility for that performance. There was absolutely nothing wrong with the team selection, but we just didn't lay a glove on what is, let's be right, a dreadful, arguably the worst Manchester United team I've probably seen in my lifetime. And we can say till we're blue in the face that they played well, but we allowed them to play well today. It's very, very rare that I criticise Aston Villa, but they were dreadful today. And it is such a shame, coming off the back of the season we have had, that we're going to go into the summer having to remember that as the last game of the season. And what makes it even worse is the other results went for us. And we didn't even need to win. A draw would have been good enough today. And I know over the coming days and weeks, as the summer progresses and as we start to prepare for next season, we will, and I will certainly, I know I will, look back fondly and with great joy at the season I have witnessed at Aston Villa this season. It has been brilliant. But in the big games where we really needed to turn up, we have let ourselves down. The manager will know it, the players will know it, the owners will know it, we as fans know it, and it is a bitter, bitter pill to swallow this evening. Some absolutely dreadful decisions from our players today. Matty Cash, I've been praising him recently for an improvement in his performances, but that back pass today was just suicidal. Absolutely dreadful. And I cannot think for the life of me what Emi Martinez was thinking when he came rushing out and absolutely wiped the player out. And yes, we can argue, was he going away from goal? We know there's discrepancies with referees and VAR. We saw the Dean Henderson incident at Wembley last week when the referee overruled it, saying the VAR said that the ball was going away from goal, so they couldn't make a decision on it. And Højlund 100% knocked the ball miles away from goal, and he would have had a pretty difficult task had he have gone round Martinez to put the ball away, either with a first-time touch, or if he'd have had to take 2 or 3 touches, you would think a covering defender would have got back, or even Martinez might have got back. But Martinez really gives the referee very little option. I think the other thing is, I think whatever the ref gives on the pitch, the VAR do not overturn it. So he deemed it a red. The VAR was never going to overturn it. Had he said a yellow, I don't think they would have upgraded it to a red. So we had to live with the referee's decision. And as difficult as it was to swallow at that point, and I didn't think the first half could get any worse, then, we have to accept that the first half was an unmitigating disaster. So we go in at half-time knowing that we've got to try, stay in the game, and somehow try and create a chance from something, from a mistake, from a set piece, from a bit of magic, a bit of brilliance. And 75th minute, for me, the absolute turning point of this game. Now, I have been pretty scathing with my attack on Aston Villa today, and they were dreadful. But somehow, by hook or by crook, we get to the 75th minute and we are 0-0. Maguire heads the ball back. Rodgers is on it like a flash. He nicks the ball. The keeper fumbles. We score. And in what I can only describe as the worst bit of refereeing I have ever seen in my life, a catastrophic, sequence of events unfold where the referee from quite far away has blown for Rodgers fouling the goalkeeper before the ball hits the back of the net. So the VAR then are unable to look at the challenge on the keeper from Rodgers and overrule it because it was and it would have been given. Any referee in the modern age knows that when there's a decision to make, we see it all the time, the play is allowed to go on until it's out of play or the natural part of the game stops. Had the referee waited 5 more seconds, then Villa, rightly, would have been 1-0 up with 15 minutes to go. And with Newcastle losing, we only needed a draw to get 5th place. So to compound the anger at our performance, we then have to deal with the incompetence of a referee who is paid to make correct decisions. It wasn't even a difficult decision. All he has to do is wait for the ball to go out of play. I cannot forgive this decision. It is an utter disgrace. And I don't care how many times we hear an apology from PGMOL or any of the referees associations. We would have had Champions League football had that goal have been given. I firmly believe it. And don't get me wrong, we were terrible today. Dreadful, appalling, any other word you can think of, we were. But that refereeing decision has cost us massively. And they go on and win the game. Literally seconds after that disallowed goal, they go and score the other end. So yes, tonight, Villa fans, we are going to have to go away and lick our wounds. It's going to be a tough few days to get over this, what happened today. But we will. We have to. We have to. We just simply have to. And we cannot let it ruin what has been a phenomenal 2.5 years under a great manager and a great set of players. But we need to go away. We need to have a breather. We need to have a couple of weeks away from football. That's how I feel at the moment. And we need to get and reassess what we need for next season and how we can improve and get better. I don't think I can say much more now. I need to probably digest what's happened today. And I need to probably not even think about football for the next 24 hours. Disappointing end to the season on what should have been a great day for us. As I say, I'm sure I will come to realise that we have had a good season overall. In the big picture, we just have. Nobody can tell me we haven't. And we cannot let what has been a disastrous day today cloud that. I know we will in the short term, but over time we will come to see that the season overall has been a success. It has. European qualification, FA Cup semi-final and the quarter-final of the Champions League is a success. I don't think you would find a Villa fan who wouldn't have taken that at the start of the season. But given how we have got there, particularly the semi-final and today, then we have to say we've missed 2 huge opportunities. And I hope and I pray that we don't come to regret today's result and not qualifying in the top 5 for the Champions League. Only time will tell on that. So that's it from me, the final game of the season. Thank you everyone for following. Thank you everyone for subscribing and following me on what has been the season where I have started my own thing. Some lovely comments recently, but we'll leave it at that today, and I'll speak to you all soon. Up the Villa.